think the Mighty Hammers, the Mighty Irons, are going to do to Palace this weekend? What are you not going to do to them?
Listen, we're going to clip their wings. We're going to clip the Eagles' wings.
Oh my God!
And that's what's going to happen because
at least when you say it with confidence. You're like, you don't have any faith in yourself. You're just laughing. At least have a bit of confidence, like, bro. You're not.
We're going to clip your
wings. We're going to clip their wings.
You keep the wings. It's in our DNA to beat you bums. Yeah, you bums are not like we're not on the same. If we can sell Anderson, we'll still beat you. I'm not fussed.
You, for some reason, have it out for Lopetegui more than anyone I know. What is it?
Because he's a weak manager, in my opinion. He has to prove himself. I called him the Spanish Roy Hodgson. I want to see this new West Ham now, which I don't know. I have to see it to believe it, as I've said with Lopetegui.
Now it's pinging.
Nice. Is it a goal? Is it a goal? Is it a goal? Yes!
Thomas Suchek! Oh my
I've
God.
always believed in you, Thomas Suchek. You are the best player in the game. Get those stats up, Dan.
Bowen? Come on!
Oh, I haven't even seen it yet.
Oh! Yes!
Get in.
First win of the season. First win under Lopetegui. You can have your little crappy pre-season win, Palace. We got the real win.
What's going on, people? Welcome to the live match reaction. Palace 0, West Ham 2. If there is any excuse, is that what they can say is that, we saw Anderson yesterday. We can sell Anderson. We'll still beat you. I'm not fussed. And we are missing that flair player. I think the only positive out today was Adam Wharton. We must back Glasner. We must. I want to see this new West Ham now, which I don't know. I have to see it to believe it.
Sam has outdone himself, Sam. Wow. Wow. Cooked, fried, baked. And that was just the start. Wow.
Big up. Big up to Sam, man. Big up to Sam Hart, man. Absolute ledge. Absolute ledge, man. Gets better every time. Gets better every time. Big up, my bro. And wow. I mean, I may as well just let Lawless have the mic. There's no even point of introducing the show. We all know why we're here. Lawless, you got one over D. D's looking very glum and doesn't look forward to tonight, but maybe he's over it now. Lawless.
I'm not even bothered.
I'm not even bothered. I don't care anyway. Listen, when we talk about cup final, Spurs fans love to talk about it's your cup final. This is literally D's cup final. Like, this was everything to him.
Not really.
The wins over us. This little record. This little, but you haven't beaten us. You haven't beaten us since this time. That's all you had. That's literally.
Well, that was facts. But anyways, yeah.
You had.
That's not all I had. It was facts.
That's all you had. Like, all the times where I talked about trophies, you would go, yeah, but we beat you the last 5 times in a row or whatever. Like,
we finished in the top 10 last year as well. Where
did we finish? Above you. Yeah?
Yeah, no, but it's not all we had.
You.
It's not all we had. With you, regarding West Ham, yeah. I mean, if we're talking about
you
Palace and
are
West Ham,
literally Ian Bill right now. I've got nothing left. That's you. You got nothing left. You're finisd, D. No more. Can you say?
Finished. I'm not finished.
We came to your. We came. Listen, do you want to talk about Dusty? That ground. We came to that dusty ground of yours, and we slapped you.
It is a dusty ground. I will say.
But then the one thing that I will say is that we own our ground, regardless of what you say.
Well done.
I own a bit of your ground. There's the difference.
Listen,
you can talk
I
about
would rather
ground.
rent a mansion,
than
than own a cardboard box. Okay?
You can't laugh at a man that owns a house when you don't own a house.
But you don't own a house. What you own is a dilapidated shithole, right? When we rent,
we smoked you 5-2 not too long ago. That we smoked you 5-2 and not too long ago.
Oh, is that you're still going on about this? You still?
I'm just making you realize the points. I'm just making you realize the points.
What season is this?
This is your season. When we beat you 5-2, I don't even remember smiling as much as you are right now. You've been looking forward to this all along. The thing is, beating West Ham, it should be normal. Losing against West Ham is unfortunate, but there are reasons why we lost against you lot. But this is, you say this is my moment, but this is your moment. Like you've been clearly looking forward to this game because
I've
been
your moment's
in your head about the
moment's
West Ham's win the streak. But yeah,
you were so sure that you was gonna beat us, and you sat there on my channel and said that Lopetegui would be
a weak manager, and I will stick.
But he was your downfall, wasn't he?
He's a weak manager.
He was your downfall.
Manager. One win doesn't change it. You're deluded if you think my opinion is going to change in one win. He's a weak manager.
Let's just know
my reasons. One win doesn't change it. By the way, Lawless, you have to remember. I know some of you. Look, there's a small section of your fans who ain't deluded. You can have a normal conversation about Lopetegui because you're twerking for a manager that you didn't even want in the first place. And now you're acting like this manager is the next Xavi Alonso or the next Carlo Ancelotti. Let's be sensible here. All the managers that you were after, that you wanted, Lopetegui wasn't even mentioned. You didn't want Lopetegui. So let's not pretend that this is the manager that you wanted and now you're backing him. I asked serious questions about Lopetegui and I'll remain with those questions because in the first half, anyone who watched the game, because if you talk out your ass, then yes, the result matters. And the result matters. Of course, West Ham beat us. Well done to you, you beat us. But in the first half, if we took our chances, that game could have been put to bed.
Oh my God! What you Billy? Are you Billy?
Honestly, I'm
right now?
I'm not even saying this. I'm not even saying this because of like defeat or anything like that. But genuinely, as a football fan, I'll see tonight. I'll watch your game tonight as well. But there was nothing indicating in that game that made me think, oh wow, Lopetegui. Like I can see what you're doing. Like I'm not saying he's a terrible manager. I'm not saying he's a terrible manager, but he's a weak manager. I think in the long run you'll find that out as well. But
the reasons that you said
the way you can achieve with West Ham, and I'm not gonna change that. I'm not gonna change that in a matter of after one loss or after one win. If we beat you, still be a weak manager. If we lost, in my opinion, still a weak manager until he proves himself differently. And I've explained the reasons. I've explained what he done for the Spanish national team. Leaving the national team, joining Real Madrid. I've explained what he done with Wolves. And my point stands. If you're a West Ham fan that's deluded and you don't understand that, then that's up to you. That's not my
trying to get out of your cooking.
I've just seen the Twitter handle. I've just seen Dee's Twitter handle, by the way. I can't believe Dee's actually put that in his Twitter handle.
Look at this guy. He knows because he knows. Yeah.
But I'm surprised. The reason when we beat you,
we want to talk about weakness. I want to put this to you. The reason that you said that Lopetegui was weak for walking out of Wolves, because they wouldn't give him transfers, turning down Palace because you were broke, Glasner.
That's not what I said.
Oliver Glasner.
That's not what I said.
Oliver Glasner left Frankfurt.
Okay, hold up. No. You can't make points. You can't make points that I haven't made. I didn't say Lopetegui turn down Palace because we haven't got money. Why are you talking out your ass? Why would money matter in March? Why would money matter in March? Explain yourself. And this is the thing because it matters. You came here, Lawless. He's got money right now. You came here thinking you're Mike Tyson, and you're just on the fence. You're just holding yourself.
I'm on the fence because you won't shut up. Beat me. You won't shut up.
No, because you're talking nonsense.
You could just explain to me.
Explain to me how it would make sense because you're just talking rubbish. Explain to me. I will
explain if you shut up a second. I'll explain.
No. Okay, I'll ask you a question. Explain to me how it makes sense. Why I would say Lopetegui didn't join Palace because we didn't have the money. Explain to me in March. Explain to me.
Because when you sign for a club, you don't just sign for the remainder of the season. He sign you for the long term. So if he joins Palace, he's thinking ahead. This club aren't going to give me any money in the summer. I joined Wolves halfway through the season, kept them up. Then the summer came after they promised
that's a good point. Look, I have a normal discussion with you. I don't live in your delusions that you think West Ham is up there.
No, but tell me about Glasner because you're
always kept the real Palace. I can compete with you because I think Palace and West Ham can compete. But you're deluded in your thoughts that you talk about.
And let's talk about substitutions. You want to talk about weakness, and your manager got tactically slapped up by Lopetegui because what substitutions did he make? Yeah, look at the players he took off and he brought on. What did Lopetegui do? He brought on Aaron Wan-Bissaka, your legend. Yeah, who came on?
Can I stop you there? You spent £130 million on top of keeping your best players. Your players were pretty much ready from this game off. I mean, you didn't have the most players representing England. You didn't have players representing Colombia in the Copa America final. These are facts. even before the season started in the Brentford game, you can go check it out as well. Glasner did say, and you can check out my tweets because as you love my tweets so much, you can see I understood from the Brentford game what Glasner meant by it might take us a few weeks to get up to speed because our players came back late to preseason.
Where was this energy before the preview? Where was that? Where was this? Where was this? Oh, we don't need Wharton to smoke.
I messaged you before the game. I messaged you before the game, and we can go through the messages as well. And I explained my reasons to you, in terms of the why I could see it being a struggle. But Glasner did make the wrong substitution, but there's a reason for that. And this is where it links to preseason because he didn't have all of the players available to him in that space of time, so he's still figuring out where these players will fit. Kamada, for example, he started as a number 10 yesterday, and he scored a goal, got an assist. But in that West Ham game, he made a mistake by taking off Jefferson Lerma, bringing on Kamada.
Who did he score a goal and assist against?
Let Goulali come in next.
Firstly, I just want to say it's nice to be here, lads. It's a weekly show where I join up with my brothers. I just wanted to say hello to everyone. Hope everyone's good. I see D drinking his water. He's probably, he's thirsty. He knows what's coming today. So I feel like, I just wanted to make sure everyone's good before we start the show because. But I heard a few things that D was talking about, and last season it was very poignant when he started to give all of these excuses and reasons as to why he lost to West Ham. Because before the game, there was a lot of vim. I even backed Palace. I was backing Palace, and last season when Arsenal didn't win the league, and I gave my reasons, and the league season before when I gave my reasons and excuses as to why we didn't win the league, D mentioned something very, very important to me. He said, I talk a lot for a team that hasn't won anything. He said he doesn't want to hear my reasons as to why we just don't win. So right now, I'm hearing a lot of reasons as to why and a lot of excuses as to why. I'm hearing these texts between rivals before the game about managers and managers making mistakes, etc. Right now, you're doing something called context, but nobody cares about context because you lost the game. Now, I want to read something. On the 18th of August, so that was 10 days ago, you tweeted, this team is filthy with a fire emoji. You said, JP is back and starting as he should. The only thing is missing is Decore in the midfield, but I've got faith in Hughes. You lost. You said that let's back the boys, start of something special this season with an eagle. But you're about to be 3 games in a row where you take L's. So
we just won yesterday. We just won yesterday. So
no. In the Premier League,
we just won yesterday. By the way, I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for the tweet.
Norwich.
Have your fun. Let me bring out a tweet as well. You got some explaining to me as well.
Fine. So I'm only going because what I'm doing is I'm not doing conjecture. I'm doing facts here. You said last season that I talk a lot for a team that don't win anything. You said we better win. You don't want any excuses. Yeah. So right now, hold on. So right now, you lost 2-0. You got your ex-academy player who was £50 million who made for you dunked on your head. Right now, there's no reason for you to be giving me any excuses or any reasons. You just need to say your players didn't play well enough because last season when we played,
I think it was our fault. Because last season, I can admit that it was Glasner's fault.
We played Aston Villa last season and we lost, and I got cooked on this very show. I got cooked on this very show by you,
and rightly so.
And you kept saying that Arsenal fans, all we do is talk and all of these other things. So right now, no one wants to hear your reasons. No one has. You just need to hold the L.
So no you lost. I can't say that we lost the game because of our manager getting it wrong, and then
you lost two. You lost two. In your words, a crap team, a team who you don't believe are anywhere near any level. But this is your prestigious. Hold on. But this is your prestigious manager that you've been lauding that you are the best team since sliced bread. This is the same manager that you've been talking about is a European trophy winner, and he can't talk to Arteta. Can't talk to him. So now all of a sudden, it's nice to hear that little old Crystal Palace.
When have I said that Arteta can't?
Can I just provide?
I just making up stuff.
I've got you, bro. I've got you. We don't need D to have a lawyer then.
Before you get me,
cooking. You got to join in.
before you get me,
no
Deji,
lawyers,
when
only
no,
prosecutors. Deji.
no. Before you get me, when there's tweets mentioned, I might as well bring up tweets as well. So Lee, on the 12th of July, 1539, I saw a tweet which said Ez, and it gives that said A. Let's bring it up. Eze on the 12th of July.
Yeah,
And then there was a response saying, and you said yes, almost 100%.
There you go. Listen, almost.
On the 28th of August. I mean, when we're holding tweets accountable, let me
I didn't guarantee anything.
Almost 100%. So all I
put out there is what I was told. But listen, let's not digress, because we're talking directly on your team who you bigged up, and you said it's going to be a special season. Now, the only special we're seeing is a sacking incoming, because it's about to be.
Then you're deluded. You're saying Glass is going to get sacked because he lost the West
No,
Ham.
he's going to leave. He's going to leave Lee. Like he left.
It's about to be 3 L's in a row. It's about to be 3 L's in a row.
We literally won yesterday. No.
Because
against Norwich.
Okay,
Shut up, man.
Fine. D. You're not going to win the Carabao Cup, so you winning against Norwich makes no significance to your life.
You're not going to win the Premier League, so we might as well just stop the league right now. What's the point?
In the Premier League, which is your bread and butter, because Norwich aren't in the same league as you. In the Premier League, which is your bread and butter, which you play week in and week out, you are about to be 3 L's in a row, and you said it's going to be a special season. So let's not digress on anything else. We need to talk about. I just want you to talk about, because we're only talking about something that, okay, what happened last week? You said you said you was going to win. I don't want to hear any excuses, because last season when I brought excuses as to why Arsenal didn't win the league, you shut me down. You said there's no reason as to why. So now
there's nothing wrong though. Arsenal should have expectations to go win the league, because I've seen Arsenal bottle it. I've seen Arsenal bottle it. So I didn't say nothing wrong. This is what I mean. Even with my opinions with West Ham, people take it personal. People act like I'm taking digs. I'm not taking digs. For example, Lee, you're big up Arsenal last year. You were saying that they're going to win the league. What happened? They didn't end up winning the league.
That's not the point.
But I hold you accountable for that, because you was.
But hold on. Okay, but D. Okay, fine. You said something. Hold on, Deji. Hold on, Deji. Just you said such a great sentence there. You said you held me accountable. Now we're holding you accountable, my friend.
That's fine.
We are holding you and your
I can answer
and your manager. We don't want.
It's the second game of the season. I don't know.
We don't want you to answer. We are telling you, because you don't need to hold your team accountable. If you don't want me to answer, then what's the point of me even being here? There's no point of me.
Let's hear from your lawyer.
If you want to answer why, what went wrong? Because you know the reasons. You know the reasons that if I answer, you know that it's not going to fit your agendas, and that's the problem. But you can have.
You're incriminating yourself. That's why you need a lawyer.
Go on, Deji.
I'm gonna. There's a couple of things I want to say, but before I start, I just need to deal with someone in the chat, if you don't mind, Dan.
What one?
So first and foremost, I want to big up a person called Kiros. Big up to you, because there's a person called Harsh Patel in the chat who said that I'm clapped. So I just want to respond to Harsh Patel.
That is harsh, to be fair.
Harsh Patel, your face is clapped, and you were bullied at school. You understand that? You were bullied at school, sitting there with your underwear, with the fan in your face, bashing away at the keyboard. You are a disgrace. If you're really about that life, come visit me. Do you know what I'm saying? Harsh Patel. I'll tell you a few truths about your butt teeth. You get me? So anyway, I've responded to Harsh Patel real quick. Now, let's be real, man. Let's not be too disingenuous. Crystal Palace, the only thing I will say is maybe we went slightly... there was a little bit of hyperbole there. We slightly exaggerated. Anderson is a big player. Olise is a big player. Do you get me? If you lose Mark Gee as well, if any of us lost 3 big players in our squad, it is gonna take time to adjust. You know that. You know it would be.
He wasn't going to lose those players, Deji.
If Arsenal were without Saliba, without Saka, and without potentially Gabriel Morelos, it would be the same thing as well.
Deji,
So
Deji,
I get
Deji,
what you're
Deji, let me just hold on,
saying.
Deji.
Even if wrong,
On that
saying
point,
they would have been
Deji,
all right. No
Deji,
team would be all
hold
right.
on. You know what? He said,
£5.
hold on, but
Yeah.
D so lovely put that where he's not bothered about losing Anderson because he's been crap all pre-season. Do you want me to get the tweets up?
Yeah,
I
did say that. But okay,
he said he doesn't care
Now,
about
can I
losing
respond to that?
Anderson.
And you would smoke
Now
us
can't
without
use
Can I
him.
respond
You
to
would
that?
smoke us
Can I
without him.
respond?
We
Can I
can't use
respond?
that
Or do
excuse.
you
Go on, D. Go on, D.
that
Go on, D. Go on, D.
conversation? So I'm not. In fact, I think that's still excellent business because Joachim Anderson's on a 5-year deal on £130,000 a week, and Palace do not offer long-term contracts to players over 30. So I think that was excellent business to get £30 million from Joachim Anderson, who's prone to mistakes. She's a very good passer. Don't get me wrong. He doesn't have the pace to play in the back three. But the problem is, I mean, when you look at the whole context of things, we sold Anderson a day before West Ham. That's the thing. In the day, you can't replace a player in the day. Lacroix right now is coming in from Wolfsburg. He's
But you
coming
would
in.
still smoke us without
That's
him,
the
so it
thing.
makes no difference.
I mean, going into I mean, that was unexpected. That was unexpected. We didn't even talk about that in the preview because that was not expected, right? Joachim Anderson leaving £30 million. But this is the thing. I'm genuinely like, I don't mean this by any saltiness or anything. Like, hand on my heart, I said this before, and I'll say it again. Maybe it sounds a bit salty now because we lost, but it's good I said it before when we were on a winning streak as well. Lawless, when it comes to the end of it, trust me, you're not going to be happy with Lopetegui because there was a lot of things even going into the game that went against us, such as our defender being sold, a big defender that's been playing on the bars a day before. Are you being sold? I mean, options off the bench were not good enough, and Glazer made his mistakes as well, 100%. I'll give you the the smiles and everything right now.
Yeah, so we've got a better team than you and a better manager than you.
I feel like despite everything that's kind of gone against us, we still XG doesn't mean everything.
Why is the West Ham United underscore?
I don't know. But the XG, even if you look at the XG, I'm saying XG right now for those who haven't watched the game.
Here we
XG
go.
was exactly the same, despite a lot of things going against us, even a day before the game. And Lawless, I will ask you this question. We can go in your live watch along right now. Was your heart not absolutely melting when you saw Edward run and goal? When you saw Eze run and goal? We had massive chances. The difference was we weren't clinical enough, and you were clinical enough. Hats off to you. You got the right decisions on the day. You had your £130 million players coming off the bench. Everything was ready for West Ham. West Ham were ready for this game. And you won. Forget about the excuses. You won. End of the day, it's a results business. But you're not going to sit here and make me change my opinion on Lopetegui after one win, because that's not my opinion. My opinion on Lopetegui was never going to change after, regardless of what happened in this game. If we beat you 5-0,
he
outmaneuvered and outfought your manager.
Lopetegui was the manager that you wanted, and now
Lawless, can I ask you a question?
Okay, but I'm just saying,
Lawless, apart from the goals that you hit against the run of play, were you happy with West Ham's performance?
I was happy with West Ham's performance when we made the changes. I wasn't happy with West Ham's performance before the changes, but that tells me that when we get the new signing starting, like Wan-Bissaka, I said in the preview, Wan-Bissaka has to start over Soufal, right? Soufal was a big problem. That's where I said Eze was going to get a lot of joy down that side. Soufal made no tackles, no clearances, no interceptions. I said that. I saw that. Now Wan-Bissaka, who's going to be our first choice right back, come on, instant impact, mugged off like 4 of their players. Literally had them falling all over each other, and then goes and contributes to the goal. Let's talk about Max Kilman, please. Max Kilman, that people laughed about, including DR, 40 million, overpriced, blah, 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 right? What did he do? Adam Wharton, this overhyped
You're stupid
superstar.
To say Adam Wharton had a very good first half.
What did he do?
What did he do?
He embarrassed him.
Okay, can I respond to that?
But no, wait.
I want you to answer this.
Okay,
you know,
but I want to
whatever he was
right,
about
him
being dribble past.
Let me finish.
What happened in the first half compared to the second half? And why did Adam Wharton get more dribble pass in the second half? Because Dajou Kamada came in midfield and there was no balance there in midfield. If you expect Adam Wharton by himself, midfield of 2 to run the show when there's no one next to him, which was a Glazer mistake. Don't get me wrong, that was a Glazer mistake. Then fair enough. If you expect Adam Wharton to be a single
doesn't matter.
midfielder.
He got embarrassed by our centre back. Our centre back took the ball from defence, literally ran from defence all the way to your third of the pitch. Wharton flies in. See you later, mate. Goes and gets an assist for Bowen's goal. That's embarrassing. Yeah. That's embarrassing. The guy that the centre back that you don't rate, that you said was overpriced and overhyped, he completely bossed the show. He was unbelievable.
One game doesn't change anything for me. Maybe in your world it
He was
does.
better than Gahey.
I mean, Adam Walton was dribbled past five times.
Okay, so all right. So let me ask you this question because I need to clarify certain things. I'll ask Lawless and Gunnar Lee because he's mentioned it. Is Adam Walton a bad player?
That's not the point. That's
no.
He had a bad game.
I'm giving you the context. I'm explaining why that happened. So I'm going to ask you the question. Is he a bad player?
But you keep explaining. Nobody cares. You lost the game. You said
no one cares about your 5-time dribble pass. No one cares about that.
You said
if you don't want to have a football conversation with any suspect.
Oh, now you want a football conversation. Now you want one. Now you want a football conversation. That is rich.
I've been having football conversations.
You're doing something which you don't like to do to other people. When last season or when teams lose, you don't want to hear the context. You don't want to hear the reasons why, because you just say that people are too loud, Arsenal are too loud, our fans are too loud, we talk and we don't do this, we don't do that.
Unfortunately, more than Potts, you was loud. You was loud in particular. And you changed your tune. You changed your tune going into this season. You was loud.
Okay, hold on. Last week, you were loud. Last week, you guaranteed us a win. You said that you was going to beat Dusty.
Yeah, because normally when it comes to, history shows that.
Okay, but normally
that was under Moyes, though. This is the thing. All them records.
Normally doesn't.
All that record you used to hype was Moyes. All them wins.
Normally doesn't matter. Normally doesn't matter in the sense that you lost the game. You said that you was going to have a good season, and you still might do. But currently, it's trending downwards. You're in the bottom three, I believe. You've lost. You're about to lose 3 games in the Premier League in a row. Listen, if you lose another 35, it's spooky.
Hey, can I ask you a real question? Serious question. Serious question, right? Because you're taking heat today, right? You're taking heat. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you a serious question. My first question is, how many of the players are you worried about leaving? Obviously, Mark Gahey, God knows what's happening there. I'll let you answer that one. Do you think that if you keep the players you've got, adding to Eddie, who I'll ask you about in a minute, do you think you'll actually be fine this season? Because there are a lot of people that are saying, Palace losing their centre halves, but you are bringing some players in. So this is me being a real question. Where do you see Palace? Real talk.
I think with the replacements, I think top 10 at least.
Jesus.
At least I think with Joachim Andersen going and Lacroix coming in, a younger player who has pace, who's played on the Glasner system with over 100 Bundesliga appearances, and when he was linked to Arsenal all them years ago, who was the manager at that time? Who got the best out of him? Oliver Glasner. So I think Oliver Glasner I think we're making a fantastic signing there with Lacroix. Eddie and Nketiah I'll talk about as well, but the timing of it was wrong though. That's what I'm saying. The whole timing of, when you're looking at when you're looking at the players that's left before the West Ham game, when you're looking at maybe I think this is a fair point for you lot to make about me, about the preseason element and Eze and Gahey taking a few weeks. Maybe that I think that contributed, but still that's not an excuse, because then I should have also said that in the previous when I was hyping up, so I can hold myself accountable for that. But when you're talking about the likes of Gahey, I think right now, a few hours ago, Newcastle were looking at alternatives already, so that's not realistic for me to happen. Eze staying, which Gunnar Lee said almost 100% to Arsenal, so it'll be interesting to get his thoughts about what went wrong.
Doesn't matter. You're still going to probably get relegated, my brother. You bought Eddie and Nketiah. You bought Eddie and Nketiah.
I hope you relegate your sources as well, because your sources are absolutely garbage. I'll tell you that.
Hold on. Let's just deep it for a second. Hold on. Okay, fine. Let's just deep it for a second. West Ham, Crystal Palace fans believe they're going to possibly finish in the top 10 with a guy who scored, 19 goals in 5 years? 19 goals in 5 years is going to be the guy that saves them from the embarrassment of not getting relegated.
Fair enough.
Can you imagine? Now we know. He
didn't exist on Saturday, mate.
Now we know. Let me tell you something for sure. I can tell you 1,000%. Eze wants to go. Now, I'm not saying he's unhappy. I'm not saying he's unhappy, but he wants to go. We know Gay would prefer a move. So they've got two players that are more leaning towards wanting to go than wanting to stay. Not to say they're unhappy. I'm not gonna do that. I'm sure D will agree with that as well. They would prefer to leave because they have better opportunities to play in Europe, etc. That's not to belittle Crystal Palace. That's just to be honest. Now they've got two players who are quality, who really truly they don't want to be here. They've got Eddie Nketiah replacing Elise and AU, who is absolutely the worst player that I've probably. He's up there with Shamak as one of the worst players I've ever seen for Arsenal. He's that bad. He can't do anything but hold a bag of chips on the side and hold people's water bottles, and that's all he can do.
Well, I've had
He's
fans that say
shocking.
he's actually not bad.
Your talent, your amazing talent ID department, and this guy that your sporting director that gets lauded as being this amazing player has spent 25 million smackaroonies with 5 million add-ons for Eddie Nketiah. Eddie Nketiah, who has scored what? Let me just repeat it: 19 goals. 19. In fact, I think he's gone 2 years without scoring a goal away from home. 2 years. Can you take that in? Almost 2 years ago,
you're
I had
Arsenal
here.
fan, so you should be
And that
How
is
many
the
games
same
has Eddie
equivalence
started
of time.
I think he bangs for them though. I think he
No.
bangs.
How many games?
Bangs what? Bang what?
You're
No, you know what he will bang? You know what he will bang? That fucking stupid drum that they play every game. That's what he's banging. He's banging. Nothing in that goal.
Okay, cool. You've had your fun. You've had your fun. About the drums. Your fan base literally came to our fan base asking for advice. So I don't know what you're talking about. You literally got drums at your ground.
My opinion is,
You literally got drums at your ground. Second of all, let me ask you a question about Nketiah. How many games has Nketiah started in consecutively? What's the most amount of games for Arsenal?
2 seasons ago, he played at least 15 games, 12, 15 games in a row.
2 seasons ago.
Well, end of last season. Because we just started this season. So we just started this season.
Nketiah is a world beater, but I think sensible Arsenal fans will know his strengths and his limitations. And in front of goal, of course, there's serious questions to be asked. But for you to compare him to Shamak, when you know that on the ball,
let me tell you what you're going to expect. You're going to get a guy who can, on occasions, hold the ball up. You're going to get a guy who can sometimes get the ball into nice areas. But when he needs to get that goal or shot on target, he won't do it. When he needs to get a clutch goal, he won't get it. When he needs to have a bit of composure, you won't get it. When this guy has to do anything with any smidget of quality, you won't get it. And you say he's better than Edouard. Edouard might be a 6 out of 10, and Eddie Nketiah is a 6.2 out of 10. There's no difference. I'm being so serious. This guy is so poor. And just let's just say for whatever reason that you think that this guy is of any quality, if you believe he's going to get you in the top 10, because that's what you said. You said you're going to finish top 10 with Eddie Nketiah as your main outlet.
First of all,
one of your main contributors as an attacking player. You got rid of AU, you got rid of Olise. Okay, fine, and you're replacing him with Eddie.
No, we're not. We're not because Ismail Assar's joined the football club. So what are you talking about Nketiah replacing Jordan Ayew?
Well, listen, he's done amazing so far because he couldn't even beat dusty old West Ham, right?
Ismail Assar literally played 2 games for Palace. He barely had any preseason. He joined after the American tour. And you're comparing Nketiah. I think sensible Arsenal fans.
Eddie will be good, D? Do you think Eddie will be good?
Yes, I do. I'm actually very excited about it because I think he needs a run of games, and I think his confidence at Arsenal, it hasn't come good because there's a section of the fan base just like you and Ali. You'll just slate him. You just rate him as like a championship player.
I think he'll do all right.
I rate him as a league.
Can I finish? I don't think he suits a side like Arsenal who's going to win the league. I think he doesn't. But then again, Palace are not doing that. So I think if he comes down to a side with low expectations, and as Lee has slightly mentioned some of his strengths with his ability on the ball, getting into right areas, I think he will come good. And we've been scouting him for years. I mean, we wanted him before he signed that new contract and got the number 14. And I don't think I think it's a very good signing for Palace. Look, I'm excited. I'm excited by it. I think he's got a lot
and also because Palace do create chances, and Nketiah over Edouard. Edouard has just been suspicious from day dot. But I think if that's Nketiah with those same opportunities, I think he bags. I think we might be pleasantly surprised by Nketiah. I think he might actually do something.
Deji, we've seen Nketiah at Arsenal getting likes of Odegaard and players like that creating chances for him. What is he going to do at Palace if he can't finish chances at Arsenal with all them
different
chances?
environment matters?
Honestly, look at Smith Rowe, bro. Look at what Smith Rowe's doing at Fulham already. Sometimes the new environment.
Let me tell you, Deji, Smith Rowe always had the quality and the talent. It was the injuries and consistency. I'll tell you what it is. Eddie Nketiah has consistently been shit. He's never been good. He never deserved that 100k. He never deserved that number 14. He never deserved a new contract at Arsenal. He's absolute pony. And let's be fair. And this is the last part of what I'm saying doesn't necessarily kind of go towards Crystal Palace. But look at the clubs he's been linked to. He's been linked to Nottingham Forest and Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace not so much, but Nottingham Forest. The reason why the deal fell through is because they put a relegation clause in there because they know they're not good and he probably is going to go down with them. The next club lined up is Crystal Palace, who, for all intents and purposes, their two best players might leave next season or this season, and then they're going to be left with bloody what's his name? I saw this. I saw a news report. I don't know if I believe it, but their striker Mateta doesn't want to do a celebration because he's stalling on a contract. That's how bad it is at their club right now. The guy does not want to do. No. It's not that bad.
It's not.
But what I'm saying is, if you've got Eddie Nketiah in your team, you are going nowhere fast. If Eddie Nketiah is the answer, I do not want to know the question because it's terrible. I can tell you that for sure. He is absolutely woeful. He's shocking. He has got nothing to offer any Premier League team of substance. He should be playing for Ipswich at best.
See, there's some classy Arsenal fans who actually respect the academy players who can, mention the strengths about them, and then there's fans like
I've given you them.
Now you like the deluded Arsenal fans. Now you like the deluded.
It's not deluded Arsenal fans, Lawless. It's not deluded Arsenal fans. You're making Eddie Nketiah look like he's the worst striker in the league. He's the worst striker. He's
one of the worst.
You haven't mentioned anything.
He's one of the worst.
You never rated him before, D.
Going to it's crazy how much
do you know what you do though? You do this thing where because he plays for Arsenal, he has some credence to be a good player. People don't rate Scott McTominay. He played for Man United. People don't rate players that play for Chelsea.
I've still seen Man United fans say, you know what, it's not good enough for Man United, but there's still elements to his game where it can be good. All I've heard from you is that Eddie Nketiah is a clown. Eddie Nketiah is this.
I'm telling you,
there's literally no class, man. There's no class.
I'm telling you because I see it and I've seen it for 3 years, game in and game out. This guy has no composure. He literally acts like a virgin every single game. Every single game, he can't hold his load. Every single game, he's practicing to think, what am I going to do in the ball? What do I need to do? And it's simplistic things because he's a fox in a box. So his game is very, very niche and very simplistic. He doesn't have to do much. And the little that he's asked to do, he can't do. Now, look, I'll give it to him. In the time when he came in for Jesus, he did a reasonable job, but it was so basic what he was asking him to do. And he was good for 1 or 2 games. He was fantastic in the North London derby away from home, held the ball up. He didn't score a goal at all, but he did some really good things. I will give you that. But I'm telling you, this guy is going to be the reason why you get relegated.
He started also consecutively because from my knowledge, Eddie Nketiah hasn't had that decent run. Maybe 2 years ago, as you mentioned, he might have started 15 games. But for me, 15 games, it's not like he played a full season, 37, 38 games. I've seen Nketiah still score a hat-trick in the Premier League. As you said,
and okay, fine. He scored 3 goals. He scored 3 goals. I don't think you're right. He scored 3. Eddie Nketiah scored 3 goals against one of the worst defenses that have ever laid eyes on. That is statistically, I think it was the worst defense in Premier League history. That's what, 32, 33 years old. And the last point of it, when I look at it, and I'm like, Eddie Nketiah, he is not a good footballer. His fundamentals are worse than Richarlison. And that's saying something.
You'll have to play him up front with Mateta D. You'll have to put them together. You can't put Eddie up front on his own. in my
Well,
opinion.
I don't think it'll be that anyways. I think he'll either play alongside Mateta or behind alongside Eze. Look, Nketiah's got good connection with Eze. They played together at youth level. They know each other as well. I think that certainly helps. And Mateta and Nketiah, I think there's two strikers there that offers two. I think Mateta's more that physical player up front. He's still got a bit of pace, and I think he can bring Nketiah to the game. I think Nketiah's got his strengths. I don't think it's a bad signing. In fact, I'm very excited by it.
Do you know what makes me laugh, right? Okay, so you mentioned that Eze and Nketiah played at youth level. Do you know who else played at youth level? Reece Nelson. He played with him at Reece, and they both that didn't work.
How many times Nketiah and Reece Nelson on
you know who else he played with? You know who else he played with? Saka, one of the best wingers, not in the Premier League, in world football, and it still didn't work for him.
So is he one of the worst footballers in Premier League? I just want to clarify your pause.
Yes, he's one of the worst footballers in the Premier League. He is
okay, that's
horrible.
Fine.
He scored 5 goals. He scored 5 goals. 3 of them were in one game against the worst, statistically, I'm giving you facts, the worst Premier League player, the worst Premier League defense ever. He scored, and so 2 goals in the rest of those games. It's horrible. And you're bringing him in for £30 million. And my main issue with it, why I'm talking about him so negatively, is because you're making it out like he's going to be the help guy to help you get top 10. Top 10. You ain't even getting top 10. You ain't even getting top 10. He's not even top 10 in your team. That's how bad it is. That is literally how bad it is.
Well, listen,
just also 2 years ago, I've got a stat. 2 years ago, Nketiah starts 9 matches, and in 9 in a row, he scored 4 in that span. I'm just saying. I mean,
he might do bits at Palace. I tend to lean towards Greenlee. I think he will. I think he can score goals for you, no doubt. Whether he'll take you to the next level, I'm not so sure. Lawless, I know you don't have long, man. Anything you want to say before you do go out to the game? Because I know you're at the match tonight.
Yeah, listen, the starting 11 for the game is looking good. I'm happy with it. You know what I mean?
Go on in. Who is it? What is your starting 11? Quickly, go on.
Fabianski in goal, cup keeper, obviously. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, after dunking on his old club, Crystal Palace, is starting at
We've got
right
a better player than Danny Munoz, so I'm not really fussed about Wan-Bissaka, but
oh, really? What did he do? What did he do on Saturday? Nothing.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. What did he do on Saturday? Just a
Saturday.
Just a Saturday. I'm going to ask you a question before you go as well, because I'm holding you accountable for a lot of things.
I'm sorry. No one asked you to interrupt the starting lineup.
Yeah, go ahead.
Todibo makes his first start for West Ham. Obviously, Kilman, the guy who just ran the show at Selhurst Park, he's starting. Creswell, we're giving Emerson a rest, so Creswell's starting.
Deji's player. Deji likes Creswell.
He loves a bit of he wants a bit of Creswell. Alvarez, Ward-Prowse.
Yeah.
And then Souček, the guy who obviously scored at Selhurst Park, is starting. Bowen Somerville is starting, and Nicholas Füllkrug is starting up.
Well, that's one of your strongest lineups, I like.
Listen, we get the new.
So you guys are really taking the game seriously. That's good. That's cute. That's cute, man. Lawless.
Who's starting?
Paqueta.
No, he's not starting. We're resting him.
Okay, so you're going to beat Bournemouth, right? You're very happy about the lineup.
Yeah, I'm confident we're going to beat. I ain't seen their lineup, but I'm confident we beat.
Now, before you go, because I want to clarify a few things. What's West Ham achieving this season?
Oh, okay. This is what you want to do, yeah? Because you're hurting. You want to put me, on the record making these claims so you can get your little revenge at the end of the season and go, you said you was doing this and you said you was doing that. That's what you want, isn't it?
What are you talking about? If you're sensible, if you're not delusional, which I believe you are, you'll just make a normal prediction. So what is it like? If you ask anyone a prediction, they'll just make a prediction. What are you talking about on record to get claims? The reason why he's saying that is because half of the time when you talk about West Ham, you're just talking out your ass. You don't believe in what you say. That's the thing. If you ask me for a prediction, I can give you a prediction. But you're just saying about
you said top 10.
I'll just ask you a simple question.
Top 10 could be anything, by the way, from 1 to 10. So you can't. Your predictions are nothing. They're just wishy-washy.
Okay,
top
all right,
10.
What's your prediction? Let's hold you accountable.
I can say top 10.
As I said, I think he's a weak manager. I think you got a weak manager in charge. So
yeah, that weak manager slapped your manager.
Okay, that's fine. And hats off to you.
Taught him a lesson.
So let's, because you believe in Lopetegui all of a sudden so much, which I'm shocked about because you never believed in him as much as you are right now. So after you smoked, things have improved, right? Because under David Moyes, not a few months ago, you lost 5-2. So this manager's improved. You built on your squad. Remember, you spent 130 million pounds whilst keeping your best players. Yeah. So what are West Ham doing this season? Because
we're competing for Europe. We're competing for Europe. We're competing for European places.
Top 4, 5, 6.
No, listen.
7?
I think
he said
we can get. I'm going to stick with 6. 6th is going to be hard, but at the very minimum, even if we barely miss out, we're going to be competing for that top 7. Yeah, we're going to be competing for Europe. I feel like if everything clicks into place, what I'm seeing with these new signings, then we get top 6. I should do a Don. If no injuries and all our players turn out good and we take all our chances and we don't concede, we'll win the league. But, those things might happen.
6.
I'm going to stick with 6th, but at minimum, I think we'll be in the race.
What about in the cup?
I think we'll go far in the Carabao. I don't think we'll go far. I have a feeling we won't go far in the FA Cup this season, but I think the Carabao, we could get to the finals, semi-finals. We're going to go far. All depends on the draw, innit? It all depends on the draw.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
we
will see.
You better make sure you win tonight after this, man. I tell you what, I've never seen someone so happy with the team news.
Yeah. But I will say, listen, it's nice to talk to some 3-point collectors. We got to kind of keep the 3-point collectors going. Because
it's good to see happily as well. You've been very critical about Arsenal recently.
Listen. I can be very open and honest about it. But right now, Arsenal have won 2 games in a row, and certain teams are about to take their 3rd loss in a row. 3rd.
0 points. Nil point Palace.
What's the famous song? Isn't it 3 is a magic number?
And Gardner's getting sacked. Who was it? Lawless or Lee?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said he could. I
never said that. But just know, Frank de Boer lost 4 in a row and got sacked.
Yeah,
and 2 away from a Frank de Boer.
Deluded to compare Frank de Boer to Oliver Glasner. And thank you so much for that, because you said that on stream, so everyone knows how dumb you are when you talk about Frank de Boer and Oliver Glasner. That's all I needed from you. You just
what month were we saying Roy Hodgson's back?
I'll go on mute.
Wait, yeah, when's Roy Hodgson coming back? When's he coming back?
I'm on mute.
Listen, it's been a pleasure. Yeah,
Lawless.
You are a sore loser. Yes, you are a sore loser.
He is.
You should take your L.
Well done. I'll congratulate you. I'm not like you.
Look at
this. You deserve to win. We got it wrong.
And are we going to have a couple minutes for my club?
And I want to hear congratulations. You were the better team.
Congratulations, Lawless. You were the better team. I'm not gonna flip flop. Congratulations, you were the better team. I felt like we made mistakes. Your substitutions also changed the game. Our substitutions changed the game for the worse. And the reason for that I've explained, whether you believe excuses or not. But Kamada, etc. in midfield, early days. But I also will remain by this, that your manager is a weak manager, and come end of the season, if he survives that long, we'll see. We'll see where you end up. Because I think you're going to be surprised.
Big up, Lawless. Big up, man.
Staffy, shut your mouth. And D, get that West Ham shirt ordered, my friend. We're waiting.
And you better beat Bournemouth tonight. If we're going far,
we will. Don't worry, and we'll knock you out of this competition too.
I can't wait to face it again. Down the line. It's going to be great.
Laters, brother. Listen, Deji, before I bring you in, D, very quickly, you got Chelsea next. Are you going to beat them?
No. Chelsea, we never beat Chelsea. As Don says, we lost to them 13 times in a row. We're not going to beat Chelsea. The best aim is to try to get a point. But yeah, look, in the second half of yesterday, we finally, the patterns of play, everything clicking, we kind of got it going. As Blasen said, as I mentioned as well, it's going to take a few weeks due to the disruptions that we've had at the start of the season. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Chelsea games are right off. It's after the international break our season starts, pretty much.
Listen, man, have some faith. Keep the faith, bro. Keep the faith. Someone who's done that is Deji, and Spurs were firing against Everton. I must say, it was quite easy. But you have played, Deji, two of the dustiest teams in the Premier League, as you like to say. So should we just calm down a bit about Spurs?
I don't know if you should be calmed down. If I was everyone else, I'd be worried. The reason why you can say that we've played two of the dustiest teams in the league so far is how we dismantled those teams. What we did to Everton was nothing short of it was just a beautiful symphony. Do you know what I mean? We just opened them up, and I could just hear the music in the stands. It was fantastic football.
How did you dismantle Leicester? How did that one go?
The truth of the matter is, bro, Leicester got dismantled in the same way. We just didn't take our chances. Let me just deep it with you, my bro. We've scored more goals than your beloved club. So calm yourself down. We've already bagged 5. Do you get what I'm saying? And we even had all our strikers out. To be honest, with the way that Tottenham are playing right now, one of the things I've always said is that when we have our full team, it is long for a lot of teams. And as long as we are injury-free, I think you're going to see a big boy slapping of Newcastle this weekend. It's going to be a now you see me, now you don't, in the way that we deal with them little zebras. So for me, it is fantastic. I sit here with confidence. I sit here and I look in the chat and I look at anyone else and I say, well, tell me something. No one can tell me anything. Now, I'm not going to lie, to be honest, because there's no need to talk about my club because we did what we do. Your team, on the other hand, I don't know why Lee's there looking a little bit smug. I'd be worried, my brother.
You know what I'm thinking?
Let's be real. Let me just say my piece because you've done a lot on Crystal Palace, but let me do my bit on you real quick.
Get that video ready, mate.
The truth is, if Ollie Watkins was Solanke, you lost that game. You got boxed, bro. Villa boxed you. Rodgers was on job. Let's be real. Rodgers had your midfield spinning around like Kylie Minogue. The only thing that was missing is that Watkins is rubbish. Do you get what I'm saying? In the sense, he should have scored in the first half, and he should have scored that header. If those two go in, it's 2-0 game, set, and match. However, what I will rate Arsenal for is when they didn't take the chances, the Arsenal team, their thing went up, they got it up, and they went, you know what, we can score. And that Trossard goal, let's be real, Rodgers should have just cleared it, missed the ball completely, Trossard buries it, and then the rest is history. From what I've seen, let's break it down. So you beat an Aston Villa team that I've been telling you anyway is dusty. Yeah, they're dusty, and they proved it. Watkins is not as good as everyone's shaking their bum for. And then you beat a Wolves team that doesn't eat meat at home. There's nothing to be excited about, my bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Nothing.
Hold on. Right, hold on. What are we doing? Are we talking about?
No, I'm being real. There's no point talking about my club because we're doing what we do.
No. Let's dissect what you said. You're talking about your team. You said that who is it? You said if Solanke was in front of
goal, Solanke was given the same opportunities as Watkins, he would have.
But I saw him against Leicester, and he didn't look great.
Oh, it's his first game for a new.
No. Hold on. But you can't say if his first game, it could have been his second game. You can't use that. He's £65 million. I need him to come in, and the level of expectation is high on him. So he can't be doing what he did against Leicester. You played Leicester, which is a promoted team, who really and truly, they aren't good. They aren't a good team. And somehow, somewhere, you drew against them.
Yeah.
You then played, let's be fair, one of the worst teams in the last 5 years. Over the span of the last 5 years, they've been one of the worst teams in the Premier League. The players that they've brought in have been absolutely shocking. They are definitely, up there with the likes of Eddie and Nketiah, the type of players they've got. And we're still talking about them in 2024. So let's be fair. You played two absolute basic teams. And now you're talking about Newcastle. Isn't it the last 2 seasons you've lost 5-0 and isn't it 6-1 or something like that?
Well, we also beat them. We also beat them 4-1 at our gaff.
Okay, no. Okay, at your home, but you're going away to them. And let's be fair. Don't shake your head because let's just hold on. It's literally, it's like so you can't disregard that. It's like you talking about the record you got against us. You never beat us at the Emirates. We slap you every single time. Whether you've had
every time we drew.
We
drew at your gaff and we outplayed you.
Whether you have a better team, or a worse team, we always beat you. Okay. So let's just keep the respect. You need to go up there and change the narrative of what you are. The same way how Arsenal had to change.
Change what narrative, bro? In terms of what?
Because I said to you at the start of the season, your manager needs to show a level of being able to adapt and change the way he plays. Now, he hasn't really shown that yet. You haven't need to you haven't need to show it right now because you played two teams that haven't been great. Let's just keep the same energy because you were talking about West Ham, you were talking about all of these teams playing dusty teams. You're now playing a good team, a team that is up there challenging you in the same sort of positions as you. And let's see when you play Chelsea at home. Let's see when you play Chelsea away. Because you talk about
Chelsea after the international. We got you, man.
Yeah, no, you have.
We got you, man. I'd rather play you than Chelsea.
In your ground, at your ground.
I'd rather play Arsenal than Chelsea. At your ground, I ain't got time to Chelsea or Man United. Come to my ground, bro. Come to my ground.
But at your ground.
Lee, can I ask you a question though? Because at least one thing.
I like that, Deji. I like that a lot.
The one thing I will say, Dan, that I've noticed about Lee, there's a different season. It's almost like you've moved from playing as a number 9 and you're dropping deep with your commentary. So
just getting older,
getting older, you're a lot more measured. Hand on heart now, legitly. Have you been pleased with what Arsenal have done so far? Not the result, with the way that you've not played. Have you been happy with the way Arsenal have played so far this season?
This is a Tottenham section. Why
have you been happy with the way that your club has played so far this season, bro?
Yes, we're talking about a Tottenham section.
Yes, there's no need to be chatting about my club. We did what we needed to do. It's light work. It was light work. It was light work. It was light though. That's why I'm talking about your club.
Okay, cool. You're on a Japanese hype train. You're looking over games. You're looking over games against Newcastle. You're looking over games against Newcastle. In the last 2 seasons, you've got slapped. Last season, we saw Van der Ven breakdancing. He should have been the Dutch. He should have been the Dutch player.
Do you think?
Should have been in the Olympics.
All right, let me ask you another question.
Been a representation.
Let me ask you another question.
In the Olympics
we're having a debate. Do you think Isak can do it again against my club?
Of course he can. Of course he can. Bro,
Van der Ven had one bad game. That was
no, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Van der Ven has a good game. There's nothing Newcastle can do. It's as simple as that.
Right. So
it's as simple as that.
Right. Let's just simplify it because we're in the Tottenham section. So are you saying if you don't beat them because you're saying you're going to beat them because they're little zebras, right?
Yeah.
There's no excuses.
Now you don't.
There's no excuses now. Yeah. There's no. You must beat them. You must beat them because you said that you're going to be up there with Arsenal and Man City. You said that you don't respect Newcastle even though you've lost the last 2 seasons.
Can I be real?
I believe you conceded 11 goals in 2 games against Newcastle.
Let me tell you what I'm doing about Newcastle. With the greatest respect to all Newcastle fans locked on. I'm looking past them.
Okay.
They haven't even been great.
I'm not even interested in Newcastle right now. I'm interested in you, man. You understand? I'm interested in you, man. And I'm telling you,
what are you gonna do?
We've beaten you. Wait, hold on. But we've beaten
Lee. I don't think you heard what Deji said. Lee, I don't think you heard what Deji said. Deji said he'd rather play you, man, than play my club. You man gonna have that? Potts, you gonna have that?
No,
I want Arsenal now.
Let me just come in here. Let me just come in a second, right? Let me come in a second. What Deji has said there, I'm not bothered about Newcastle. I'm bothered about you, man. That is everything that's wrong with Spurs, right? Because they concentrate on 2 games out of 38. Arsenal at home and Arsenal away. Just go and beat Newcastle, bro. They're so obsessed with what Arsenal are doing. They're so obsessed with trying to slap my club up. Deji's told me for the past 2 seasons I've known him, the 4 games, we're going to slap you up. Yet to do it.
Dan, are you happy with how your team has played?
Why does that matter?
Not particularly. No, I'll answer it, Lee. I'll answer it, Lee. Not particularly. But do you know what? Dej? We've got 6 points out of it. So I'll take it. Yeah.
Wait, Deji, can I ask you a question? Let me ask Deji a question because it's quite important. In a North London derby, does form matter?
What's that?
Someone
dropped that on me. No, it doesn't.
I'm asking. Hold on. You keep asking me questions, and expect me to answer them. When I ask you a question, you don't want to answer
Don's
it.
lost
In a
it.
North London derby,
No.
wait, in a North London derby,
Yes or no?
does form, no. We don't do maybes. You don't do yes and no's. What's that? You acting like my girl.
Form doesn't matter.
Yes, cool.
Form doesn't matter, but momentum does. And right now,
Momentum.
between our
But
two,
the momentum,
we've
hold
got
on.
more
Who's got
momentum
better
than
momentum? We've got 6 points.
We've
and
got
we know
more
how to
momentum than
defend. We
Arsenal.
know how to defend a lead.
You've
You
got
don't.
4 points. We got
You
6.
don't know.
Oh wow, for real.
Deji.
You know what? Let me
Deji,
be real. Between me and you, who wishes the game would be Saturday lunchtime?
Doesn't matter.
Bro, I wish it was this Saturday, bro. I can't wait. The international break is in the way. No,
But
Wait,
No,
you lot playing away? Pots, you playing away, yeah?
they're
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
to
we're
my
going to
gas,
the-
bro.
Well, hold on, Don. We've beaten them more times at their ground than they've beaten us.
I'll let them know.
Yeah, in a row.
So for me, there isn't much to say about the Everton game. We did what we had to do. There isn't much to say about Newcastle game. We're going to do what we need to do. This brother
And
here
if you don't-
is
and
either
if you don't-
he's a lawyer or he's an archaeologist.
And
One of them
okay, no,
two
but
is always going into the history
let me get in my
books. I
lawyer
don't give a
bag.
damn
Hold on.
about
Hold
the
on.
history
Let me
books,
get
bro.
in my
I
lawyer
care
bag.
about now,
Hold
2020.
on. Let me get in my lawyer bag. Okay, if you would care about now, you need to care about your next game. Let me get in my lawyer bag. If you don't beat them, then what is going to? We don't want to hear no excuses from you. We don't want to hear no reasons. We don't want you to do what D's doing. We've done today and giving us context. We don't want to care about that because
He looks like he hasn't eaten, bro. D, you good?
Listen, he's been cooked, he's been grilled, and he's been fried.
You know what I'm saying? I had some technical issues, people. I had some technical issues. So apologies. I'm trying to get in and that. I'll listen to these man cooking, and I listened to D.
Go on, you're the last person to talk to me,
finally saying that this weekend there's no chance. He said his season starts after the break. How? How so? I thought my team was so dusty. I thought my team was so shit.
You're actually
now it's my season starts after the international break.
With all due respect, I see you. You as I've said last week and the week before, you'll take a bullet for your club.
You look hungry, brother. You good?
You are the most deluded person on here. The fact that you said Chelsea on a title race.
I didn't say Chelsea on a title race.
I'm not going to respond to someone who said Chelsea on a title race.
You know what out of context is all about.
I can't fight that delusion. I can't fight that delusion.
Bro, you know what out of context is all about. I never said we're in a title race. Everyone knows my take. I'm not going to talk about it again. I'm talking about our game. Our game this weekend, D. I'm glad you know Daddy is coming to your ground again. Or you're coming to the bridge actually this time around. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm glad that you know that we're your father. You know what I'm trying to say? Right? Let's see if you can beat us this time around, D. Let's see if you can do it. You know what I'm trying to say? I need another walloping. I need another walloping, yeah, at yard, bro, before we go to the international break. You know what I'm saying?
No more. Let's see. I mean, you've done it 13 times in a row.
I wanted to come lastly to this to close, but maybe you can have a discussion. Do you guys remember this?
Bro, I've already said on the 38th minute we will finish above Spurs, and I will say it again. We will finish above.
Okay. So let's go in now. Let's get in now then. £100.
Lock it in.
And you know what? Fuck it. Fuck that. Let's lock it in right now. Who are Spurs, bro?
Lock it in.
You're not trying to press me here. I'm telling you, bro. I think we'll finish above Spurs.
I want my money, bro. I want my money.
We're finishing above you. Wait. What's
Can
going on here?
I just say something about
You just deluded. Deluded.
I just
I'll be real. Can I just say this though?
Deluded.
Look,
Bro,
I
hold on. What we doing here? What we doing here, people? Let's stop this.
Let's say something positive.
Let's stop this, Deji.
Can I just say something positive about
let's stop this. Go on.
Yeah, no, the thing is, bro, at the end of the day, you can only beat what's in front of you. The only thing I would say is that you beat a Wolves team that doesn't eat meat. Let's be real, bro. And in that first half, it could have gone another direction. Let's just keep it a buck. So for me, what I would like to see moving forward is whether Maresca really is that guy. Because for me, Wolves were poor. For you to come out and say that Chelsea will finish above Liverpool and Arsenal is nothing short of a disgrace. And for me, I am willing to disconnect my channel. Do you get me? On the level of
you said it's the very same thing last year.
So the thing is, Don, I just want to know whether your team is really about that life, because I saw that game, and I'm not going to lie to you, Even my mum's team could have slapped up that Wolves team, to be honest. So there's nothing for you to be shaking your bum about that result. But let's see how you man move forward, because your defense was looking just a little bit like Arsenal's defense, suspicious. Arsenal fans here, Dan and Lee, will tell me, but we haven't conceded. But you've been shaky. Yes, you have. You've been shaky. Yeah, Wolves could have got a couple of goals quite easily, and done no. Aston Villa should have been 2-0 up before Trustfund.
Bro, you're talking about Wolves, Dusty, this, that, bro. You lost to them twice last season. Like
bro, are you an archaeologist?
You lost to them twice.
Are you out there collecting stones and brushing it off?
And let me just correct a few things. I can't.
Are you out there collecting stones and talk to me about now, bro?
Talk to me nicely. Yeah, because I gave all of you, man, the game of the weekend. Do you get it? Potts, unfortunately for him, had to watch Saka bonging out the place, right? Had to watch Saka bonging out the place and get an assist. That assist ain't gonna fool what I saw, Potts. He wasn't good. Havertz wasn't good. You're trying to say, Odegaard, where was he, bro? You're trying to say Martinelli. Jesus Lord. Do you get it? These are the things that I speak about when I talk about the likes of Saka. This GA will not blind the overall performances that I'm watching, bro. Yeah? But when it comes to my club that you're saying, Deji, have some respect, bro. Yeah? You saw my club palm Wolves by 6 goals. Yeah? We had less XG than these guys, but we scored way more than them.
Less XG.
Why? Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Because we were very, very clinical in front of goal, bro. Yeah, you're talking about the first half. Yeah, I hear all of that, bro. The first half could have been peak for us, right? And it could have been peak for them as well, because they were open in certain parts as well. But guess what? We came out second half because my boy Maresca shouted at them, bro. He shouted at them, bro. And he showed them, what the fuck you lot doing, bro? This is not what we do in training. That first half was Poch. That spy Poch. That was Poch football, right? Second half, when these men patterned up, you saw exactly what we've been drilling in training. The same goal we scored with Madueke basically 3 times, bro. Right? That's something that comes from training. And I told you lot before, don't sleep on Maresca. Yeah? And I told you it's going to surprise you lot. So this is just the beginning, bro. No. Let me finish what I'm saying, bro. It's just the beginning, bro. Bro, this ain't the only result that's making me say this about Maresca, bro. I was telling you about this guy in preseason, fighting with all of you lot, right? You lot are going to keep learning about the guy, and you're going to learn that he's not a joke, man. Yeah? And we've got you at the weekend. We've got you at the weekend, bro, yeah? Oh, my days, bro. You better not get a walloping as well.
That's fine, Don. You're going to beat us. That's fine. That's fine.
You better not get a walloping as well, bro. I promise you.
Look,
and just to finish off as well, D, yeah? I never said we're going to finish above Arsenal and Liverpool. Don't lie, Deji, yeah? What I said is them man better make sure they finish above me, because they're above me right now, right? They're expected to finish above me. If they do finish above me, bro, it's expected.
But it was indirect. You were indirectly calling for them, true or false?
Of course I was. What I'm saying to Potts, what I'm saying to Lee is, anyhow I finish above these lot, I'm just gonna be unbearable, bro. The moment I finish above Arsenal, they're gonna want Arteta sacked. All of them, bro. Do you get it? The moment Chelsea finish above Arsenal, they're going to be calling for Arteta's head even more, right? And anyhow you let me finish above you and win a trophy as well, Potts? Oh, brother.
The only thing I
don't want that happening, bro. You don't want that happening, because people act as if last season, yeah, we was so shit against the top 6 sides, bro. The narrative, I keep telling you, look, the narrative last season was Chelsea do well against the top 6 sides. It's the little teams, right? And I keep telling you, this season, I believe we're going to improve our league positioning, because we're gonna get more W's against the lesser sides, right? That's my take. And against the bigger sides, I think we'll be able to get over the line a lot more, bro, because we've got a better manager. Do you get it? Bro, we lost against Man City. It was 5 margins, bro. We lost against the best team in the league. We lost against the best team in the league.
You see the difference between me and Don.
And I never thought, yeah, that I'll be here backing, but let's have a proper football conversation. What's your problem with Saka? Because Saka's better than all of your players at that football team.
Bro, I've already told you what my problem is with him. Away from the GA, a lot of times he doesn't do enough. And again, the other day, he didn't do enough.
So wait, apart from him scoring goals and getting assists, he doesn't do much. Oh,
bro,
wait.
There's more to football than that, bro. I used to see. D, I've got standards. D, I've got standards, bro. I used to see, bro. D, I used to see Eden Hazard getting GNA and putting out performances, bro. I used to watch Alexis Sanchez. I used to watch. No, D. Let me finish what I'm saying, bro. I used to watch Alexis Sanchez. Let me finish what I'm saying. I used to watch Alexis Sanchez put in performances and also get GNA.
So why should I not drop my standards? Why should I not drop my standards?
But you have to be sensible, Don. You're not sensible. You're not
Okay,
sensible.
don't. You know what makes me laugh, right?
There's no logic behind it. You're saying a player, apart from goals and assists, he doesn't do nothing. What do you want ideally your player to do in the first place to get goals and assists? What you want about him doesn't do anything apart from goals and assists. That's not saying the goalkeeper doesn't do nothing apart from having clean sheets.
Zero take-ons completed again, bro. Zero as a
one at a time, man. One at a time. One at a time.
Do you know what makes me laugh? Do you know what makes me laugh?
This ain't the first time I've said this, though. This ain't the first time I've said this.
Chelsea. Who's better than Saka at Chelsea?
Do you know what makes me laugh about John, right? So he will talk about Saka and how
Palmer's better than Saka.
Okay, fine. Yeah, no. He will talk about Saka and he will say that Saka doesn't do anything in a game, but he will get goals and assists, right?
I never said he doesn't do anything.
Okay, wait, hold on. You said he didn't do anything. He doesn't do anything other than get goals and assists, and you said that's not going to fool you. But anyway, you won't give the same slack to Mudryk. You won't give the same slack to wait, hold on, wait.
Stop doing this.
Wait. You won't give the same slack to Nkunku. You won't give the same slack to Enzo, who constantly stinks out the gaff. And what you will say, oh, it's the manager not put him in the right position, or it's the team setup. You won't give the same slack to your defense. You won't give the same slack to the only players you ever seem to go on about. The only players you ever seem to go on about is your keeper. You only go on about Ben Chilwell, and you go on about you. Sometimes you go on about
you're reading off a script. You're reading off a script because if you watch my channel,
and then sometimes you'll go on again about certain players in individual games. But your players will throw up stinkers game in and game out, and you love to give excuse after excuse. Nope. Now, on Saturday, I can tell you 100% because I watched the game as much as you did. I watched the game, and I can tell you Saka was okay. He did some very good things, and he did some things where he is okay. But the thing is, he was good. The same way how in the first half, Palmer was shocking. The same way how against Man City, he was shocking. But what they find ways to be effective. They find ways to make a difference in a game. So you're going to talk about all of these amazing things that Palmer does. But he's not imperious for the whole game. He's not going to have every minute of every moment of every game where he does something correct. But you don't use that same logic with your players. You love to bring all of these other reasons.
Stop this. This is what I'm saying. I need to put an end to all this stupidity, bro. Because what you're talking right now is nonsense, bro. If you watch my videos on my channel, you will know that I give criticism to a lot of my guys, bro. I was out here crashing it. I was crashing it on Caicedo the other day. He was playing as if he was drunk. Yeah. So don't act as if I don't criticize my player.
Deji, I know you got to shoot.
Love Deji. One thing about me, bro. If someone's not playing well, I will criticize them. Yeah.
I know you don't, man. You always
D. What you don't want me to do as rivals? D must say D West Ham United. What you lot love to do as rivals, yeah, is you want me to ignore certain things, like when they're being played out of position and whatnot, because I have the same energy for my team as much as others, bro. Right?
All right.
But anyway, that's what I'm saying, bro. Let's not do this because, like I said, I'm not scared to criticize my players. I'm talking about Saka, right? I spoke about Saka specifically because away from that assist, like I said, for me, he didn't do enough. You're right when you talk about Palmer in the first half. I spoke about him on my channel, bro.
Okay, Don. Right, so you see that? Okay, fine, that's fine. You see that same context you like to talk about all of these things, you know, the setup and all these things. Why don't you talk about maybe, okay, fine, that maybe the setup wasn't right. Maybe the fact that Martinelli on the left-hand side, maybe the fact that we're playing Zinchenko. There are other reasons as to why maybe Saka's not playing well, but you won't give them the same reasons.
Saka's playing on the other side, bro. He's playing right wing in his natural position. Next to
one side of the attack is so blunt at times that players will double up because they know they don't need to do that on the other side. So they will double up and triple up on
Saka. He's not good enough to beat when he's being doubled up then. He's not good enough to do it then.
No, doubled and tripled up. Yeah, hold on. Doubled. Yeah, of course he is because he's effective in every single game.
No. You just said he might not be performing to the level that you expect because he's being doubled up. He's not good enough then. He's not good enough then.
Hold on. So why does that mean that he's not good enough?
Sanchez used to get doubled up. Why could he do something then? Zaha used to get doubled up. Why could he get out?
You're physically not listening. I'm saying to you.
I am listening, bro.
You give all of these reasons and context as to why players in your team don't play well, whether it was to do with the manager, the setup, the team lineup, etc., etc. I've just given you a reason as sometimes to why Saka doesn't play well is because we have a left back who wasn't obviously overlapping or making a difference on the left-hand side, which then affected the right-hand side. We had a left midfielder in Declan Rice who also wasn't playing well in an attacking sense, which does affect the right-hand side. We had a winger on the left-hand side who wasn't obviously offering enough, which then affects the right-hand side because there's only one player that needs to defend against Martinelli, which then means that there's 2-3 players that are literally ganging up on Saka, which does obviously make it harder for him to make an effect.
Can I ask you a question, Lee? Can I ask you a question, Lee? When you had Alexis Sanchez, hold on, Lee. When you had Alexis Sanchez, did you ever used to have conversations?
No, because the team was balanced. You're not getting it though. That's what I'm saying.
But what do you mean? No, it's not about the team was balanced and that. God. I'm talking about him as an individual, how he plays. Sanchez was very good on the ball and very direct, bro. And he could use his natural ability. Hold on, Lee. No, because Don, use his natural ability.
I'm answering your question. Your answer, nobody here thinks Saka's not good. No one here thinks.
I never said he's not good. I think he's a good player.
No one here thinks Saka plays poor. You're the only person in this world that thinks Saka doesn't play well, and as your words, he doesn't do anything other than goals and assists. That's what Dee said.
Because you lot talk about him as if he performs away from the GNA all the time, bro. That's my point.
You're the only
GNA, just getting GNA.
Let me ask a question then, Don.
Just getting GNA. Hold on, pause. What I'm saying, I'm specifically using Alexis Sanchez because people think I have this Arsenal thing. I don't like Arsenal. I'm talking football now. Yeah, I'm specifically using Alexis Sanchez because he played for Arsenal and he was one of my favorite players in the league. Yeah, there was never no conversations about doubled up. There was never no, today he got doubled up. Bro, he used to get out of that shit. Hazard used to get out of that stuff. Zaha used to get out of that shit, bro. When they get doubled up. He used to get out of it, bro. Yeah, he struggles when he gets doubled up. He struggles when he gets doubled up because maybe he's just not good enough to be taking these guys on, bro. As much as you think. I respect Saka. I respect Saka because of the. Hold on. I respect Saka because of the GNA. I can't put him down for the numbers. And I've said 1,000,001 times. If Saka goes down for an extended period of time, Arsenal, for me, bro, you're going to struggle because he's your most effective player in attack. Yeah? Saka will guarantee you goals and Saka will get you assists. No one can debate that. But away from that, bro, is the biggest problem I've had. This ain't the first time I'm talking about it. This ain't the first time. But what can't Saka do, though?
If Saka's not good enough, why would people double and triple team? Why would teams physically have a game plan?
Why can't he get out of it? Why can't he get out of it? There's 3 players on it. He should be able to get out of it. Yeah, bro, Sanchez used to get out of it, bro.
Don, listen to what we're saying. If he's not good enough, why do teams have a specific game plan to put 2 and 3?
And it works. And it works. That's my point. It works against him because he's not good enough to get out of it.
That's the whole point.
It does work though, because when he gets doubled up on, that's the time when you're like, oh, he can't getting doubled up. That's what you don't have to say, bro. I'm not hearing that. I'm not hearing that. If I'm a Chelsea fan and other Chelsea fans are telling me my winger can't beat a man because he's being doubled up, I'm sorry, I'm not hearing that, bro.
So Saka didn't beat his man.
Let me ask you this.
Take on your man. Dan.
I'm sorry, I'm not hearing that.
Saka didn't beat his man on Saturday, you know?
He didn't.
So how did we get our first goal? Because he beat his man.
Bro, he wasn't taking on his man enough over the 90 minutes, bro.
But you just said
what was he doing?
You just said.
I will show you the stats right now.
You said
I watched the game, bro. I'll show you the stats right now.
You said he had 0 take-ons, but he beat his man on Saturday to get us the first goal because he was the one. He got the ball. He took his the defender on. He got past Oliver. Took the player on.
Do you think Saka played well? Do you think Saka played well?
Don. You've just said a fake stat. Because you said he didn't
not fix that,
but it is because the first goal he took his play, he got the defender on. How did we get the first goal?
Wait, who scored the first goal for you, look?
Trossard, but he crossed the ball.
Remind me again.
He took the ball. He took on his man. How did you get the first goal?
Who got the assist for that goal?
It was deflected off Rodgers, and he didn't clear it properly. But I'm telling you, he took the player on. So this is what I'm saying to you. You're giving me.
He kept the ball in. If you remember, he kept the ball in on the line.
Well, the other day, bro. It's a simple question.
Yes, he did.
Do you know what? In the second half, he came into the game. I thought he was pretty ineffective in the first half against Villa, right? In the second half, towards the end, him and Odegaard come into it. But I thought both of them were pretty mediated for the game. But Don, let me ask you this. I know you don't like Saka, right? I get it. Because I do.
No. I do. Listen, Saka is a very good player. Yeah? He is not my type of player, but I respect what he does in terms of the GNA. And I've told you already.
What does he have to do for you to go, okay, there we go. Now then.
Bro, I've just told you. Be more direct and take on your man more. And the reason why I'm harsh, D, stop, because it's like your Saka's lawyer, bro. Relax.
No, because
relax. Let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying.
Let me finish. But what you doing is pathetic. How does Saka score his goals? Does he do tap-ins? Does he not beat his player? Cut in and score his left foot.
A lot of Saka's goals. A lot of Saka's goals.
That's how he scores a goal. What are you talking about?
A lot of Saka's goals.
I get onto Arsenal a lot. I talk about Arteta. I've had debates with Lee talking about,
this conversation rattles people.
Not good enough. But the fact that you're talking about Saka not doing nothing apart from scoring goals and assists is crazy. And second of all,
where did I say he does nothing?
How does Saka say nothing?
Let's rewind this video.
You don't comprehend, bro. I said,
how does it get his goals and assists? How does it get his goals and assists?
I'll explain to you if you stop shouting. I'll explain to you how he gets his goals and assists if you stop shouting. Yeah, Potts, like I was saying to you, bro. Yeah, I'm harsher on this guy because I have seen Saka do it numerous times, bro. Right? That's my point. Right? I've seen Saka coming all the way up, all the way with Smith Rowe, and I said him and Smith Rowe are gonna make it at Arsenal. Right? And for me, I've seen Saka take on his man and do his man on numerous occasions in the same game, bro. That's why I'm harsher, because I'm like, yo, I know you can do it, bro. So do it, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? But these look like to wrap him around cotton wool, always getting double.
You know what I will give you?
Nah, man.
Do you know what I will give you, Dom? I will give you this. Certain section of our fan base have probably bigged him up to be Ronaldo or Messi, right? That has probably happened. That's probably wound you up. It's probably wound D up, to be fair. But I don't think we can disrespect the kid, man. At 22, I think what he's done has been fantastic. I do. I just think he's phenomenal. In the England tournament, one of our best players, and everyone's like saying he should have been dropped for Parma and all this madness. Then all of a sudden he keeps us in the tournament. For me, I think he does get disrespected. I think he does get double tag teamed. And I think when Parma got that against Man City, he was nowhere to be seen. And to be fair play to him. He actually smashed it in the second half against Wolves with 3 assists and a goal. But I do love Palmer, by the way. I think he's ridiculously good. Right. But for me, I think sometimes the people that are going in on Saka is because they hate the Arsenal fan base to big him up, not the player. That's my honest opinion.
Hold on. I just want to play this as well because we want to get the facts. What he said.
What's your problem with Saka? Because Saka's better than all of your players at that football team. Bro, I've already told you what my problem is with him. Away from the GA, a lot of times he doesn't do enough.
I just said that he doesn't do enough. You said I said he does nothing. You said I said he does nothing. So you flopped, bro.
I don't know how.
The VAR flopped, bro. I said he doesn't do enough to me, bro.
Because you say he does nothing. He does nothing.
I never said nothing, bro. Where did I hit? You just heard what he played. I said he doesn't do enough away from the GNA. That doesn't mean he's not doing nothing.
He does nothing, right? He does nothing. So how does he get the goals? Assists. Well, first of all, I don't know how he gets assists by doing nothing because you have to do something.
I never said that, bro. How are you trying to put words in my mouth when Lee just played it and I said he doesn't do enough? Now you're saying I said he does nothing. What's that about?
What's not enough then? So I mean,
just talk to what not enough is.
So this season, in 2 games, he's got a goal. Last season, the GNA he had in 35 starts, he's got 25 goals and assists. In 38 starts, he's got 25 goals and assists. You told me a player.
For me, D. Listen, my preference,
and then we can talk about
my preference. There isn't many. D. My preference is a winger, right, an attacker who gets involved in the game away from the GNA, bro. Right, affecting the game away from the GNA. The GNA is great. I'm sorry, but there's 2 parts of the game, bro. I can't just look at your numbers and that, and say, yeah, you're a fantastic footballer. No, I gotta look at you. I gotta look at how you play over 90 minutes, bro. And like I've said to you, for time, bro. He does not do enough over 90 minutes.
I've watched a lot of many games. I've watched a lot of Arsenal. I've watched Saka a lot. As much as sometimes I wish that maybe he flopped. He didn't take the chance. He didn't take the player on score. Saka is, you can't deny it. You just can't deny it, regardless of how much you dislike.
I agree.
Saka is incredible what he does. It's simplistic, but it is very effective. He does do something. He takes on his player.
Why are you saying this as if I don't agree with you?
That's like saying Robin does nothing. That's like saying Iron Robin done nothing. Slapping every single time.
Why would I think Saka can become world class if I don't like him? Why?
But that's the thing. You don't like him. Nothing.
No.
Is logical.
I'm hard on him because I'm telling him what he needs to do. I'm saying what he needs to do. I'm saying what he needs to do. I'm saying what he needs to do to get to the next level, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Because the next level for him is world class.
So hold on, where's this energy for Haaland? Because he doesn't do anything in the game.
Bro, Haaland plays in a different position and he does what he says in the video. He's there to bag you goals. He's there to bag you goals, bro. He's there to bag you goals. Like, what are you doing? So you want your winger to just do the bare minimum in the game, then?
You want to comprehend certain positions and certain players in terms of what they're meant to do. Haaland is very effective. Why? Because of his finishing. And there's been questions about whether he can bring players into the game.
Compare the winger to a striker.
Man City. But that's the thing. You could easily say Haaland doesn't do anything, but you don't say that because
he doesn't get it.
Saka is very clinical. I mean, Saka goes into that.
Do you know what's hard for me? Do you know what's hard for me? And I'll say this:
it doesn't do anything though. That's what he needs to stop saying, bro. I never said that. You don't listen.
Do you know what's hard? Do you know what's hard for me, Don? Right? I can appreciate, like I said earlier, there's a couple of Arsenal fans, or maybe more than a couple, that have bigged Saka up to the hill like he's going to be the GOAT, right? Cool. That's a bit extreme for a guy who's 22 and hasn't won a Champions League or Premier League yet, right? But what I can't get, and this is what Gunnar was actually referring to, right? And I do want to close on this because we have got to close this show at some stage.
We didn't even talk about Chelsea, bro. We just here.
Yeah. No. But listen, and we will, right? But what I'll say is this, and this will go on to Chelsea nicely. One, what you're saying about Saka, whether people think it's wrong or right, whatever. What I can't have is for you then bigging up the likes of Jackson, bigging up the likes of Mudryk, bigging up the likes of Enzo, and then going, yeah, but Saka don't do much else. That's where people get wound up on. That is what I'm saying. So,
but Potts, I haven't run up, bro. Last season, I literally criticized Enzo, right? And let me give you a perfect example. I was at Wembley in the final when we played Liverpool, yeah? And Enzo is one of my favorite players, yeah, at the club. I like him. I think he's a very good player. But he was stinking out the place. I had Jem and Ches next to me trying to make excuses for the guy. And I told both of them, bro, Poch has set them up correctly. Because, you know, I used to criticize Poch. And I was even defending this guy. I said, bro, Poch has set them up correctly. Today, he's just not playing well. Gusto, I love him. He wasn't playing well. I criticized him on that day, bro. Last season, I said Enzo was very inconsistent, right? And he was underwhelming in comparison to what we used to. But what I don't do is ignore when I'm seeing my man being played out of position or being misused. And it will be the exact same thing if I was seeing that at Arsenal for certain players, right? So I keep the same energy, yeah? With Jackson, when he's shit in front of goal, bro, I criticize him. If he has a shit game, I criticize him. But the problem with you and Jackson, Potts, is you think he's shit, right? Whereas I don't agree with it, bro. I think he's a good footballer. It's just his finishing is not great. That's the thing with him. So I don't know why people act as if I don't criticize my players, bro. I criticize my players all the time. You need to listen to me more, bro.
But Don, you're a lot more lenient.
Let's move. I'm not more lenient.
You're a lot more lenient and a lot more.
I rate Saka highly, bro. And if Saka played for my club, I'll be saying the exact same thing, bro.
Let me just say something. Okay, let me just say something to you. You can't say that you say all of these things when literally every single panelist on every single show.
That's the narrative you're trying to build.
No,
that's the narrative you're trying to build. I've just told you and given you evidence. You're still trying to build that narrative, bro. That's what jars me.
Don, let me finish. You can't say that you say this or you say that when every single panelist on every single show will say the same thing about you, which is that
you prove my point, though, Lee. You literally said that I said he does nothing, and you played the clip, and it said what I actually said.
Don.
I said he doesn't do enough, and you flopped.
Don, let me just. Don, you constantly say you've got the third best squad in England, in the Premier League.
Yeah, I think we do.
Constantly say that. But how can you say that and then talk down on players like Saka? So you constantly
doing it.
Wait.
What are we doing it?
Because you don't understand, Don. If you've got the third best team in England and you put your players above other players who you think that are maybe not as shiny as your players, like Fofana or like your Fofana over Liverpool's Konate, you think that he's better. You think Gusto's better than Ben White. Sorry, you think that Palmer is better than Saka. You think all of these players are better than Arsenal players, better than Liverpool players because of what? They've done nothing. But you because they're like shiny toys. But then when it comes to you say you give them criticism. How can you give them that much criticism when they finish 8th, when they finish 6th, when they finish 10th, or whatever it is?
I don't know what you're saying, bro. I don't know what you're saying,
bro. So what you're basically saying is that you have good players and they're better than all of these other players that play for all of these other clubs, but it's down to who? The manager, because they can't be that bad. So you might criticize them for one game, you might criticize them for 2 games, you might criticize for a season, for part of a season. But
Lee, let me ask you a question.
You would still put those players above. You put Cucurella. Now, chat, I want everybody to hear me carefully. I had to bring receipts because Don, in February and March, Don, this is what Don does. This is Don's logic. In February and March of 2024, he said he wanted him out of the club because he's not good enough.
I never said I want him at the club. I never said I want him at the club. Don't lie. Don't lie.
I read it
Bro,
out.
you've literally no, Lee. I have to stop you there. I have to stop you there. You do this a lot. You do this a lot, bro. You do this a lot. The evidence is right there on the show right now, live. About 10 minutes ago, you tried to play a clip and tried to. Bro, what you're doing to me right now is defamation, bro. It's defamation of character right now. You know that? This is defamation of character, bro. This is actually mad what you're doing right now, bro. I never wanted Cucurella sold, bro. I never wanted Cucurella sold, bro. Don't lie.
You thought he wasn't good enough. But then, when we asked you 2-3 weeks ago, you said that he's better than Robertson. Now,
bro, I said going into the season.
This is because
you're crazy.
7 games in the Euros as to why you're now putting him above Robertson. Which and it makes no sense.
Can I just school you quick? Now, let me just school you real quick. If I want to play a system that is possession-based football, why the hell do I want Robertson, bro? Is Robertson a technical footballer to you, bro? Is he good in build-up, bro?
I'm just saying who's the better player.
Is he good in build-up, bro? I don't want Robertson in a team that I'm trying to build. It's as simple as that, bro. For me, Cucurella is a better profile in the team that I want to build. Yeah, don't lie and say I wanted Cucurella sold. What I did tweet was going into the season with Cucurella and Chilwell as our options is a shambles, because it is a shambles, bro. We can't be having Cucurella and Chilwell as our options when in reality we have to be looking to upgrade on Cucurella, bro. I like the fact that he's improved, yeah, and I like him. I like him as a player, but it doesn't mean that I want to sell this guy, bro. I never said sell this guy, bro. I never said that once.
Hold up, Don. I want to go back to. I don't want to talk about.
Anyway, bro, I don't know what's this Don slander, bro. Let's go and talk about the Chelsea match, bro. I'm tired of this, bro. Because we just tried to lie. We just tried to lie. No. We're not doing this. I can't lie. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. I promise we're not doing this. Lee just tried to lie. Lee just tried to lie. Lee, what's my take on Gusto, Lee?
Okay, let me tell you what you said. I've got them here. I'll read it.
Now, we're talking about Chelsea.
You said, this is what you said. You said, if we continue with Chilwell and Cucurella...
Imagine we won by 6 goals, you know. This is what we're doing.
Hold on. You said...
I can't believe this, bro.
Read this out quick, and then we'll go to Chelsea, man.
You said, if we continue with Chilwell and Cucurella as our left-back options next season, we are finished. That was in February. That was in February. You also said, you said in March, keeping you said that was right. You said this is in March. So this was in January to December of last year. Literally just gone.
Yeah.
This can't continue. Not gonna lie. Another right back is needed in January. I can't suffer watching Cucurella or Disasi there again. Now
Cucurella right back. Is Cucurella right back? You see what Lee does? This is what Lee does, people. No, Lee. I'm glad that you tried to do this today, because
that's what he plays at times.
You've showed people.
He's versatile enough to play.
You tried to lie and you tried to change things. Now you're trying to tell me that I'm wrong for saying I don't want Cucurella playing at right back. You're crazy, bro. You're crazy. But anyway,
listen. Let's go into this weekend's game. How Chelsea have played against Wolves. Why you think you'll beat Palace? Because you've been confident, man, with this Maresca thing, man. So for me, I feel like Wolves, it weren't the best. I mean, we actually struggled more than you do in terms of the scoreline, but it wasn't a hard game for us. They're struggling at the moment. Palace could be a different kettle of fish, my bro. So what are you saying?
Bro, listen, we need to just deal with them. Yeah, because they haven't had the greatest start at the moment. Obviously, we scored a lot of goals the other day. That's going to give these guys a lot of confidence. The likes of Colwill, I thought he had a very good game from the beginning, bro. You know, the first half, listen, most players, like Lee was saying with Palmer, he wasn't good enough. Caicedo, stinky, worst player on the pitch. Yeah, Madueke was dangerous, but he wasn't getting the ball enough. I thought Mudryk started off the game all right, and then he filtered off. Again, we wasn't really getting the ball enough to him. Enzo wasn't really getting the ball from Caicedo either. Everything was just a mess, bro. And to me, like I said, it looked like poch football, right? Second half, he clearly had words with these guys, like I said earlier, you know, and we came out and the patterns, bro, constant patterns. I was even seeing these in pre-season pods, but now I'm seeing that they're actually being executed correctly. And that's what I need to see against Palace, bro. Because we, like Dee said, recently, we've been battering these guys, right? So we need to make sure that we do it again at the bridge. You know what I'm trying to say? Because like I said, when I watched Man City, when I watched our first game,
so yeah, you've been talking a lot as well. So I want to see what the talk's all about. I watched the game against Wolves. In the second half, you're brilliant, but the first half, that's the thing, Don. If you were, look, I have no problems with being up your team. I big up my team as well. But I mean, your team ain't Real Madrid. There are weaknesses to your side, but whenever you come on here, you talk like your side is like there's nothing wrong with them.
No. What it is, yeah. You lot talk.
Maybe you do it differently on your channel, but for example, Mudryk, you have an excuse for him. You have an excuse for Jackson. You have an excuse for this player, whatever. Like I've never heard you anything bad about whatever Chelsea plays on here. Maybe on your channel you do it differently, but that's my problem. Like,
so you didn't hear me just you didn't hear me just criticize these man. Then you didn't just hear me criticize these man.
Yeah, but
what's my take on Gusto this season?
I mean, last season there was bare excuses. There's always excuses. Like,
bro, that's what happens. That's bro. What do you mean excuses, bro? Wait, hold on. So what you want me to do is just come out here and say, oh yeah, well shit, and that's the end of it. What's the point of analyzing the game?
I want it to be real. I want it to be real. Even
I'm being real, bro. Last season, I'm seeing my manager making constant mistakes. You want me to not talk about it?
Hold up. You said that you won't be finishing above Liverpool and Arsenal, right? But you said that you'll be in a title race this year. So
where did I say we're going to be in a title race, bro? I said this team is capable of challenging what I said, bro. Right? That's what I said to you, bro.
You don't changing it. Okay, those are just
earlier you changed what I said. D. Earlier you said. Earlier you tried to say. Hold on, D. Done it again. Done it again. You and Lee are honestly like ant and deck, bro.
No. That's what you said right now. So let me ask you this question: they're good enough to be in a title race. So are you going to be in a title race?
Bro, I believe that this season, top 4 is realistic, like I've said to you, because the squad, even last season, I was saying was good enough to go and get top 4. This year, bro, especially if we go get Osimhen, I believe that squad is going to be capable enough to challenge, bro. Right?
That's where I wanted to go next, Don.
So right now, your squad is not in the title race. I mean, it's not good enough for a title race.
Well, we're in a top 4 race right now, bro. We're in a top 4 race right now.
So what are you talking about? You just said 30 seconds ago, you said that this squad is good enough for a title race. Then
I said they're capable of challenging, bro. That's what I said. I said they're capable of challenging, bro. You know what I'm saying about comprehension, bro? Why are you not comprehending?
Okay, if you're capable of challenging, let me ask you this. Are you going to be challenging this year? Yes or no? Because I've heard bare excuses. Bro, yes or no?
I have had 3 years of guys getting injured week in, week out, every single week.
Oh my God. Yeah? Everyone gets injured.
Bro, no, not as much as Chelsea, bro. Not as much as Chelsea. Not as much as Chelsea. It's not an excuse. If I ask Potts right now, if I ask Potts right now, yeah, cool. Let Saka and Odegaard go down for an extended period of time. He won't be able to tell you they're going to challenge, bro.
But what you're saying is, if you say that you're capable of challenging, that means that you're in a title race, because what that physically is saying is that your manager and your players are good enough to get you into a point where you are very close to Arsenal.
What good are they if they get injured again, Lee? What good are they if they get injured?
Yeah, no, hold on, hold on. But Don, before the season starts, everybody has a prediction. Yeah. So I will say to myself, you know what? If I was single and I'm going out to a club, I'm going to predict I get 1 or 2 numbers that are girls' numbers, but I might have bad breath. I don't know. So I may not eventually get those numbers, but I'm predicting because I think that I'm good looking enough. I think I've got enough charm. I think I've got all of these good qualities to get 2-3 girls' numbers. So you can't use injuries as an excuse. You can't use injuries as a reason.
Of course I can.
No. Because you're
after what I've just seen the past 3 years at my club, bro. Of course I can. What are you talking about?
So Don, don't leverage your team into second, third. You can't do that if you're scared of injuries. You can say, you know what, we've got a good squad, but I'm just trying to do fourth.
You
That's
need,
it.
You need a striker and a goalkeeper if you're going to.
I literally said, hold on, Potts. This is what I said. When everyone's asked me what my prediction is, and what my expectation is, as much as I look at my team on paper and I believe they're capable of challenging. Listen to what I'm saying.
No, this is what you were asked.
I have said my expectation for these guys is to go get top 4, win me the Conference League, and compete for all the other trophies. That's what I said.
Similar injuries last year, top 4.
I'm saying.
If you keep the vast majority of your better players fit, you think you can challenge to the Premier League? Yep, I do. Hey, what?
He said the exact same thing that I just said to you now, bro. Hold on. Can I say the exact same thing that I said to you now? Bro, you and D are actually like ant and deck, bro. You're trying so hard to try and catch me out.
No. We're not really trying to catch you. I'm trying to find out.
You're not trying to catch me out because I've explained it bare times. You're gonna ask me again.
Let's calm.
Hold up. Can I find out? Can I actually just find out right now? So, in my ideal scenario, of course, from the teams I've seen, even like the likes of Man City, for example, sometimes people talk about the bench. They're like, hold up, they had these players coming off the bench. Unreal. You need depth to challenge, right? More time. Like Arsenal right now trying to improve the depth, etc. So, do you have depth in your football club?
We do have depth in our football club, yeah.
Okay. So why on earth are you still here talking about injuries if you have depth in your football club?
What do you mean, why am I still talking about injuries, bro? I saw many key players, bro. Listen to what I'm saying. Key players getting injured, bro. Last season. I had about 4 or 5 key players out.
Is that not the reason why you have depth for...
Bro, listen to what I'm saying, bro.
I'm just going to give up.
John,
you know what you're doing? You're not coming with chess.
Let me ask you a question.
You're not coming with chess. You're trying to bulletproof yourself into what you're saying. You're saying that Chelsea can challenge, but you're not coming with chess. You're saying, if we don't have...
I'm not delusional enough. Hold on, D. I'm not delusional enough, to think that all these injuries we had last season are going to just all of a sudden transform overnight.
No one believes it, though. You have depth. You have depth, but you have depth. But we literally clarify that you need depth to challenge. If Saka gets injured, Arsenal can't challenge. If Haaland gets injured, City might struggle. Or Gundogan or Kevin, there's always going to be injuries.
Put it this way, D.
Maybe Arsenal were a bit lucky last year, especially in defense, because they didn't have that many injuries as Saliba was fit throughout the season. But we saw it with Arsenal previously in the previous seasons.
But D, guess what? You
would have more chess here. You come with chess and you say Chelsea can challenge or you don't. I've never heard someone say, we can challenge, or we can stay up, or we can finish top 10 if we don't have injuries. Crystal Palace, if we don't have injuries, if we have injuries, then we don't. Arsenal, if they don't have injuries to Saka, they could potentially win the league. City, if they don't have injuries, then of course they could go win the league.
Lee's sitting there from a place. Hold on, Lee's sitting there from a place of privilege where he's barely seen the amount of injuries that I've seen, bro. Right? You can't look at it from a Chelsea. You can't look at it. No, Lee. You said a lot, bro. Let me say what I'm gonna say now. Yeah, you lot can't try and make me just all of a sudden now forget about all the injuries I was seeing last season, bro. Guys just dropping left, right, and center. Yeah, to the point where you're looking at our bench, you don't even know who's on the fucking bench. Do you get it? Right? I've told you already. The first thing I said is if we can keep our main players fit and make the right signings, I believe we'll be capable of challenging. That's what I said, bro. That's what I told you, look.
I still think, and let me ask you this, Don. Toney or Osimhen and a goalkeeper situation. You've got about 8 of them. I don't rate any of them, man. That for me is why you can't win a title, in my opinion.
But
what's happening?
Listen, if we start going down again, like last season, Potts, we won't be challenging for shit.
I'll tell you that. You see what you're doing? It's called hedging your bets. So what you're saying is if this, if that, but every single club can say that because every club. Ipswich, they have objectives. Arsenal have objectives. Crystal Palace have objectives. Chelsea. So of course, if something really bad happens, of course. But you're basically saying that your team is good enough to finish second, third. You have a better squad.
I've got chess for top 4. I've got chess for top 4.
Challenging means second to third or first.
Hold on, Lee. Why are we stuck up on the fact that I said my team's capable of challenging and not focusing on the fact that I predicted we'll finish top 4? Why are you so fixated on that, bro? Why does it rattle you so much?
Because you've said that you're going to challenge for the league. You could challenge for the league.
Lee, why does it rattle you so much that I want to see evidence of my team staying fit? Hold on, Lee. Lee. Why does it rattle you so much that I want to see evidence of my team staying fit for at least 2-3 months, or key players staying fit for at least 2-3 months after I've seen guys dropping week after week for 3 years, bro? Do you know what PTSD means? Do you know what PTSD means, bro?
But there are. It's like me saying, okay, fine. But Arsenal fans, forget Arsenal fans. They have been people in pundits. So forget Arsenal fans. Pundits have predicted Arsenal to finish top and win the league. Do you not think that they have PTSD to think, well, we've finished second twice, we can't do it again? So forget Arsenal fans.
You're getting closer, though. You're getting closer. You're getting closer.
You know what?
I'm yet to see a big improvement on the injuries.
You're right. You're right. We are getting closer. And you know what? You're getting closer because you spent another 500-600 million pounds this summer to try and improve. So you can't say, you know what I'm saying? You can't talk at both sides of your mouth. You can't say that you've got a better squad than Arsenal, sorry, better squad than Liverpool. You've got better players in your first 11 that are better than Arsenal. And then when we ask you, and then when you're asked, if there's no injuries, do you think you have a title challenging team? And you say yes, then you say, oh, well, then maybe if I have injuries, bro, every team can say that. It's not.
We'll go around in circles. Clearly, I'm not allowed. Clearly, I'm not allowed. Hold on, D. Clearly, I'm not allowed to want to see my team that's been battered and bruised for nearly 4 years now with injuries every single week. I'm not allowed to have any sort of PTSD, and I'm not allowed to want to see a sample size of guys staying fit before I can even say anything. Because if Potts was always seeing Saka dropping like a fly, if Potts was always seeing Odegaard dropping like a fly, his chest to challenge might not be that high, bro. Because his key players are always getting injured. And it's the same thing as me, bro. My key players keep getting injured. So how am I gonna come out here with bare chest it's game week 2, bro? It's game week 2.
If it's game week 2, why are you hyping up your team? If it's game week 2, why are you hyping up the team?
Hold on. I'm confident we're gonna get. I'm confident that we'll get in the top 4, though. I'm confident we're gonna get.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. In a nutshell, you're confident in the top 4. You believe if everyone stays fit, you have a title challenging. You have a slight, slim chance of title challenging. For me, Toney or Osimhen have to come in up top, and I still don't rate your goal.
I agree with that too.
I think they're two of the best positions that everyone needs in a title-winning side, man. But that's it. Look, we've got to come to a close anyway. I wasn't be here for another 2 hours. But let me just run through some super chats, man. Lawless rubbing his thoughts. Lawless is still not at the game, by the way, but he is on his way. Don't be disingenuous. Eddie has saved us in a few games. Emmanuel says that's to you, Lee. Don, did you put the ketchup back in the fridge?
I did, bro. The amount of people that are like the ketchup in the back is killing me.
There we go, man. There we go. Deji must have sparred too much without headgear on. Oh, bless Deji, man. We all love Dej. Brian says, I've never seen someone talk so greasy for beating a team they're supposed to beat.
No, listen, it doesn't seem like that when we come on here. Unfortunately for us, Wolves is going to be a mad thing. They're going to beat us. So we got to come out and say these things. You know what I'm trying to say?
Brian's also said, Don, just say you don't like his style of play. You can't argue Saka's effectiveness.
I've already said he's not my type of winger. But I've seen him do the things that I like from wingers.
Just not Saka's football IQ is not talked about enough from Promise Ghana. Legend, thank you so much for your super chats, man. Listen, I've got to say this. I actually do think Chelsea are going to get a striker, and I do think that changes your league position. If it's an Osimhen or a Toney, you know what I think of Jackson, Don. You know that I don't think he's up to it, and I do think that Osimhen or Toney would be. And I actually believe that could put you up a league position or two, because I just look at a striker and think that's going to get you the goals. And I'm not saying Chelsea won't score goals, but for me, I think you'll score a lot more to put you in a position where it would be more respectful. So that's where I'm at, man. Just lastly, get yourself a score prediction for this game at the weekend, Don. What are you saying, bruv?
Oof. Adi, have you got anyone out?
Huh?
Have you got any injuries right now, bro?
Bro, we don't do, bro. Just don't worry about us, bro.
I'm just asking. It doesn't matter either way, but I'm just asking. You got any injuries to Eze or anyone like that?
It doesn't. No, it's fine. Just
I think we'll beat them. I think we'll beat them. I think we'll beat them 3-1.
D, what are you saying, brother?
I'm hoping the best is 1-0, but yeah, I don't have a high expectation as I did against West Ham, because Chelsea, the 13-game record, is there. But then again, I don't think we faced you under Glasner yet. So let's see. What if anything changes. I think your defense is there to be get at. So yeah, man. We'll see. We'll try to keep it. We'll try hit you on the counter. So yeah, maybe we can get a result, but 1-0. I'll stick by that.
Interesting, man. There's the here we go from Fabrizio, 25 million for Aaron Ramsdale to Southampton. So it looks like we're going to go for Juan Garcia now in goal, the Espanyol goalkeeper. So at least we've got some money for Ramsdale, but basically got back what we paid for him, which is good. To be fair, I'm happy with that. I didn't want to see no loans. For me, we needed to get some money from him, man. So Lee, what would you say for this game, Chelsea Palace?
I'm going to do the reverse psychology. So I'm going to say 2-1 Chelsea.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Chelsea as well. I'm not doing reverse psychology. I actually genuinely think they will beat Palace, but there we go.
Listen, if Chelsea don't win.
Chelsea don't win, Don.
It'll be long. It'll be long for Don. It's been long for Don tonight, to be fair.
Of course.
You know what's funny? Don, you should have came here, just chilled vibe. Like, you literally 162 and you ended up like under pressure. Like, I don't understand this.
Bro, it's the same thing, bruv. Lee, next week will come again and start saying, your logic says you should be.
I was coming here to give praise. Hold on. Can I just say, I was coming here to give praise. The issue where it was when you started wanking over your team winning against Wolves 6-2 by 5, and then you mentioned Saka out of nowhere. You literally mentioned Saka.
I just have to pick these things out. So when I start to come back during the season. People don't say, "Oh, what are you talking about? You don't watch us and that, bro." I watch Arsenal week in, week out. I probably haven't missed a single since Saka broken through. Since Saka broke through, I probably haven't missed a single Arsenal game, bro. I watch you, man, weekly the way I watch Chelsea, bro.
I know, but yeah, that's right. You may watch us, but you got the Chelsea blinkers on. Yeah?
Listen, boys, it's been a lit show. It's been epic, as it always is on this. This is London is growing mad. Absolute legends, nearly 1,000 in the chat again at one stage. Absolute legends. Make sure you do me a favor, people, and hit the subscribe button and the like button. I'm probably going to do a show a little bit later on tonight talking about Arsenal. There's been some news tonight with Romano, with Aaron Ramsdale. Apparently, Nelson could be on the move to Fulham, and the West Ham are still sniffing around him, apparently. So we could be talking about that as well as Eddie going to Palace. So stay tuned. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Make sure you do me a favor and go follow all these guys, man, at Lawless Live. He'll be over West Ham Fan TV, where we're redirecting this stream too, so you can go and watch the watch along.
Right now, by the way. Sorry.
Are they? Are they under pressure?
I've been watching the game.
There we go. There we go.
Under pressure, but
so go watch that and watch Jason losing his head while West Ham are potentially losing. Make sure you go follow D Palace and make sure you go and follow Back of the Nest. Make sure you go follow Goonally on all socials and all platforms on YouTube, and make sure you give my brother Don a subscribe because he's absolutely flying on his content, man. So it's Don CFC over on YouTube, and of course Greasy Don on Twitter and all socials. We'll see you next time, people. We're out of here. Much love. Thanks for your super chats. Smash a like and subscribe on your way out. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.